Hello everyone, and welcome back to Vintage Story. After a long hiatus, we are finally back, but unfortunately this will have to be the final episode of this particular season. Maybe this whole series, but I will have to make a decision on that. As you can see, the smithy have been put back into the previous state, everything have been moved back into the house, and speaking of the house, I don't want to show it to you in the intro, I want that to be a proper reveal. So let's move on. Full disclosure, yes, I did use quite a bit of creative mode in the building of the new house. It is not completely built with creative mode. I did do quite a bit of mining and smithing and all that kind of stuff, but during the end of the session I was getting a little bit fed up, so I resorted to using creative mode to build the rest of the house. So that is something to keep in mind. So anyways, let's get into it. And we are back finally. So the house is now done. I really purposefully started in the smithy to make the reveal a little bit more exciting. So let me just say that the house is, well, the outside is finished. The inside is far from it. But the thing is, I think I will have to stop the series with this episode. So this will be the finale for at least this season. Let me just say that I do not promise that we will continue with this world in the future if we ever visit this game, but I would love to use this save in the future, so fingers crossed, but I am not making any concrete promises. So as I was saying, the inside of the house is finished. Sorry, the outside of the house is finished, the inside is not. If we ever going to finish the inside, it will have to wait until the next season. So yeah, let's just go over what I have done in the months since we have started on building the house. So as you can see, the inside of the smithy is back to being normal. All the stuff has been moved back into the house. The only thing I didn't place is the antler mount and the antler itself, because I want that to be the final thing I place down, because this was basically the main reason that we have started on this journey in the first place. So yeah, as usual we have everything normal on this side. Let's show you, you know what, let me try to not show the house yet. So I did not allow the chickens to breed quite enough. They did lay quite a few eggs, but I've been picking them up. I want them to breed until we have the episodes back to normal, which is now. So yeah, they have a couple hen boxes full. One will be finished hatching in less than a day. The other one will be done in about 2 days. After that we are going to have some chicks. I try to keep them fed. I don't think they will actually starve to death if we don't feed them. We only really need to feed them if we want them to breed. So I've been a little bit conservative about how much I was feeding them during these months. So let's show you the house. This is the house. The bees, I believe, are still swarming. I mean, still trying to find these flowers. I did place quite a few outside the actual apiary, because they should still be able to reach these flowers, so these will also count towards their flower count. But it's not updated yet. Let's hope that it will update relatively soon. So anyways, you have already seen this side of the house. This side is pretty much the same. We only have wider windows. I also added these support beams on the windows in the middle, so they look a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more complete, I suppose. Without these, it looked a little bit, I don't know, empty, but with these, it looks rather nice, I think. I also extended the overhang of the roof, so I think this way it looks a little bit better, if I'm honest. Next up, the back of the house is pretty much the same. I was thinking about adding windows here, but for that we would have to use half-tile windows, and I was not really prepared to do that. I was already way over the amount of work that I had to do on this house, so yeah, I had to draw the line somewhere. So yeah, the back of the house is pretty much the same, just a little bit wider. Also, you might be able to see that the chimney is actually smoking. That is because I made a... Let me just show you, where is it? Chimney. Yeah, so we can make these unlit versions of chimneys. We just need a couple of bricks and some clay, and that is easy enough, but we can only make the unlit version, and that will not smoke. To make it smoke, I had to go into the creative mode. Basically, all I had to do is get rid of the chimney that I have crafted and take out a lit version, which I have put on the top. So the top of the chimney is basically a creative mode item that is only available that way. Maybe in the future the developer will put in a way to do this without having to go into creative mode, but right now this is the only way. So yeah, this will smoke even if we don't have the inside fireplace lit. Also in the future I might chisel it down to conform a little bit better, but yeah, I think this will do for now. And now the front of the house. This is what I have come up with. The same kind of windows that we had on the other side, and I also built a bit of a trim around the door. And as you can see, the door is recessed nicely. So yeah, I think I like this. Maybe I'm not completely a fan of the fact that I had to build bricks here, but I suppose it's acceptable. Now the inside, as I have said, it's far from finished. Here we have the fireplace. It's basically the same, just a little bit different shape than it was before, but basically the same as it was. I also placed the flower plots into the different corners, and now we have enough space for this tapestry, so that is something that I am very happy about. Here's the table where we can actually make some pies or bread or something like that. The oven is here for now. If we ever finish this house, the kitchen and everything in here will move around, that's for sure. Same goes for these stairs. So I think I did mention in the last episode that I would like to have a stair going down into the basement instead of a set of ladders. So this is that set of stairs. I think I built this one in the last episode, not 100% sure. So in the upstairs is just a storage and the bed. It's nothing special. I also made one extra lantern, so basically we can have some lighting up here. These are the same boxes that we had before. I did not make any paper because it's winter, so there was simply no way to do it. Anyways, this is the upstairs storage. All the stuff, or our stuff, is in here. I made 2 extra reach chests as well, just so we can have some extra storage. I didn't want to put extra boxes on top of the boxes because that looks a little bit silly, I think, so I went with this kind of extra storage up here. As for the downstairs, it's basically going to be the same. Let me just show you. Also, yes, we do have some snow inside. I don't know, it doesn't really want to melt. We might have to pick up these blocks up and replace them. So yeah, I guess we just have to live with it until I deal with it. So yeah, as I have said, the cellar is basically the same, it's just a little bit wider. It was, I believe, stopped here before, but now it goes back a little bit further. I also moved the spring here. Before it was out here, but now it's recessed into the wall. I think this way it looks better. It doesn't really feel so out of place this way. Plus I built a little bit of a entrance to it, or a access way, so to say. We can still reach it, so it's going to be fine. This food, yeah, the weather is getting nicer now, so yeah, this food is starting to go bad. Yeah, so anyways, I did not do any leather or anything like that. I finished what we had before, which is in here. We have 22 leather and that's it. Everything else will be dealt with in the next season, I suppose. We only have one batch of rot composting and that's it. Yeah, this wine, I did not drink it. It's going to be okay for 9 more days, I suppose. That's fine. And we still, I built the same kind of shelving units on the other side. It's going to be home for some extra vessels in the future. So yeah, this is the state of the house at the moment. As I have said, the inside is not finished. The outside is the thing that I am more or less happy with, I suppose. Yeah, so the reason that we are going to stop is because I am getting a little bit tired of this game, if I'm completely honest. I still love it. I think it's the absolute best. I wouldn't even say it's a Minecraft clone. It's much more than that. But it's basically one of the best survival games that I have ever played, and we will definitely revisit this in the future. Now, I did play a little bit of Minecraft in the meantime, and the second reason that I would like to put this, at least this season, not the series, but the season to rest, is because I've been playing Minecraft with the ray tracing turned on. That did require quite a bit of tinkering, but I did get to a pretty good place with it. Let me just show you a couple of screenshots that I have taken while I was playing, because if I'm completely honest, let me just try to show you. I think I will have to go into creative mode before I show you the screenshots. There is something that I really don't like about this game. It's not a big deal, it's just something that kind of irks me a little bit. So let me, first things first, let me set the time of day. So time set, let's go for midnight. I believe that's 0. Yeah. So it is now midnight. Let me turn on creative mode, GM2, if you didn't know. And now we can fly. So let me put away the lantern. There we go. So we have 2 lanterns inside the house, and as you can see, the light kind of bleeds through the walls. It doesn't really cast any shadows. It does cast a small shadow here, but that's it. I don't think... maybe because we are using chiseled walls or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. In this case, I think I can make peace with it because we have the windows, so I suppose it makes sense that the light bleeds out. but it still doesn't look quite or quite right, I think, at least. So it does make sense, but not quite to the extent that I would love it. So let me just go inside. So let me show you the different screenshots. And here's the first one. This looks like a pretty normal underground view in the game, in Minecraft, right? We have a bit of lava seeping out of the wall, we have a mine shaft to the left. Looks pretty normal, right? Well, this is how it looks with ray tracing on. I'm just going to call it RTX because that's easier. So this is with RTX on. As you can see, the lava actually emits the appropriate color of light. It casts a shadow on the mineshaft walls. It bounces around the room. It's really nice. Let's see the next one. This one looks rather dark, right? This one, I believe, is that new biome that I have encountered. By the way, I didn't play Minecraft for a very long time, so I have no idea what the new stuff is. I think the last time I played was around the time when the whatchamacallit was introduced. That place where you have to go into the portal and it's kind of a hell dimension or something. I think that was the last time I played. So I have encountered a lot of new stuff. This is one of them. This kind of a glowing blue biome underground thing. So this is what it looks like without RTX. And this is what it looks like with RTX. Oh yeah, this looks a lot nicer, I think. You can see a little bit of reflections on the right side. And it extends into the back. It illuminates the entire cave. I think it's very, very nice. You can also see a little bit of glowstone, redstone in the left side in the background. Okay, let's see the next picture. This looks like a completely normal cave entrance, or basically a normal cave with an opening on the top. This is what it looks like with RTX. Oh my god. The difference is stunning, I think. Also, as you can see, the light drops down and it illuminates the top of the cave, not the bottom. I think this looks a lot nicer this way. Next up, basically the same, a nice big cave with a big opening, and with RTX, look at those light shafts. Oh my god. I think I will... Oh, right. Take a look at this one. It looks like a completely normal underwater scene with a sunken ship, right? We have some fishes swimming around and all that. Well, with RTX, look at that. The light refracts on the top of the water, the top of the water, basically. If we looked up, we would actually see that we can see out of the water straight up, but we cannot see out of the water at an angle. So it's basically a little bit more realistic this way, and the caustic effects are incredible. This looks like a completely normal daytime village scene, right? Well, with RTX, look at that. Apart from the much nicer lighting, we even have some shadows cast by the clouds. I think it's incredible. I think I can even see a couple small houses underground on the bottom. I think it's very, very nice. Next up, I did find something that was completely new to me, some kind of a underground ruins or something, I don't know. As you can see, without RTX, it looks interesting, but nothing nothing to write home about. Well, with RTX, oh my god, it's amazing. Next up, I lit a small fire in the forest just to test what it would look like with RTX. As you can see, it looks pretty normal, I guess. But with RTX, look at that. It actually lights up the scene much more. It casts shadows on the blocks right next to it. I think it looks a lot better this way. Now, you have seen what the things look like that are a little bit more natural. Let's take a look at the stuff that I have built. I did try to build some kind of a Egyptian temple kind of thing, but I ended up just using this place as a showcase for the RTX lighting. So I placed I think it was some kind of door. I don't know which kind of wood it was made out of. Anyways, as you can see, there are bars on it, so light can pass through it. So this is what it looks like without RTX, and this is what it looks like with RTX on in the morning as light shines into the temple. The shadows are a lot more believable this way, I think. Plus, as you can see, the light bounces down onto the floor and then it bounces back up. So this is basically the most realistic lighting that I have seen in any game ever. Even the other game that uses this kind of lighting, which I believe is Cyberpunk, even that one doesn't look this nice. I don't know how this is even possible, but it's amazing. Now, this is the small house that I have built. As you can see, without RTX, it looks relatively normal, I suppose. But with RTX, look at that. I believe this is a sunset scene. The light shines through the windows. It actually lights up the inside. I keep saying that it's amazing, but it is amazing. This is also the inside of the temple that I have built. I did try to use different kinds of lighting methods. So in this case, I placed down a couple lava pits, and as you can see, it lights up the place quite nicely, but red lava shouldn't really cast white light, right? Well, this is what it looks like with RTX. It lights up the ceiling quite nicely. It basically illuminates the central courtyard, but behind the columns it is quite dark. The flow of light with this is amazing. This is the earlier version of this temple. Basically, I had a small pond in the middle with open courtyard and everything. So this is what it looks like without RTX, and this is it with RTX. The main reason I wanted to show this one is because the light reflection, light refraction. I think I will switch the view of this a couple times. As you can see, the light kind of breaks between the mediums. So with RTX it looks a lot more realistic, I suppose. So anyways, these are the pictures that I have taken in Minecraft while I was resting between building sessions. Just imagine what this game would actually look like with RTX on. It would be amazing. Just imagine what it would look like, what this house would look like with RTX, as the light would bleed out of the house, casting shadows on in front of the house and all that. It would be quite nice. I know, I think it's been suggested to the developer quite a few times, but this is something that they are not quite keen on doing, because as you might imagine, adding RTX to the game would increase the amount of processing power that would be needed, so it would slow down the rendering quite a bit. Although, now that we have the the DLSS and the frame generation technologies, it might be a little bit more doable, I suppose. Also, can we please... I got stuck. There we go. Okay. I suppose we will have to move this bed. Oh, sorry. Creative mode. Let me just quickly put this one back. So debarked... sorry. Debarked pine log. You will have to go this way, you will go back, and we had a bed which was, I believe, the wooden bed. So this one will be placed, I suppose here is as good a place as any. So let me put this one back so we are not cheating, and that's it. So yeah, just imagine how the inside of the house would look like right now in the morning. The light would bleed through the windows. It would look a lot nicer, I think. But as I have said, the developer is aware of the possibilities, but it would be a lot of work, and I think it's better if they focus on doing more features instead of adding RTX. I would love it if they did, but I don't blame them if it's not a priority. So anyways, as I have said, I think this is going to be the end of this, not the series, but the season. I am not making any promises that we are going to revisit this particular world in the future. I would love to. We have worked on this place a lot. By the way, did the bees update yet? Not yet. Oh well. Maybe this will have to wait until season 2, I suppose. The main reason, well, at least one of the reasons that I would love to keep carrying on with this particular save is because we have iron and we have bees, two things that are not quite easy to find. So yeah, I can only hope that I will not lose connection to this world with my absence. Also, I've been meaning to try to add some kind of a partitioning system in the greenhouse, I guess is what I would call it. I guess I will do this once we restart, but for now I will leave this as it is. So yeah, I think we are going to leave the series right here. And yeah, these will be done in 12 hours or 13 hours, I suppose. So yeah, as I have said, I think I will stop the series here. Well, I think we did all right, all things considered. I think... yeah, I don't think there's any more left to say. As for the replacement of this series, I do have a plan. I don't know how familiar you are with the game called Pacific Drive. Well, I bought that game recently, about a month ago, I suppose, and I was enjoying it a lot, but you know, having to work on the different videos kind of left me not having able to play that too much. But the game was updated quite recently with a pretty big update that added quite a few new features. So I think I would love to revisit that game and try to make a small series out of it. It's basically, you know what, I don't think I can really explain it without showing you, so I think that will have to wait until the first episode of that series. So yeah, this series will end with this episode, and we are going to revisit this sometime in the future. I don't know when, I don't know how. Yeah, plus I would love to have more than one windmill in the future as well. So yeah, I think all that is left to say is that thank you very much for watching this series. If you like the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want. If you would like to support me a little bit more, you can do so by clicking the join button and becoming a channel member, which will give you a 1 week and ad-free early access to these kinds of videos. Once again, thank you for watching and thank you very much for your support. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.